your luxury pet mom brand across socials. So squabble up, and let me spill some tea for how you can do so confidently while building your actual brand. So as you guys know, in order for you to make more sales while building your luxury pet brand, you'll want to grow it with organic type of traffic and of course inorganic. And one of the best ways that you could do that to increase your chances of selling more products is to do so organically. Almost every time you create any kind of content, but doing so in the direction of problem solving for your specific audience. Now, in my particular case, I'm creating content that is a bit different from a typical pet brand owner, simply because in my particular case, I'm building combination of both, basically two brands. One of them is my talent agency, another one is actual brand. So the style of content that I'm creating is a bit unique. But in your particular case, as you're building your luxury pet brand, what you want to be doing, you want to be creating short form videos, and you want to be creating long form videos. And another thing, if you guys wanted to expand your brand into additional services that you provide for moms over 40 or any other kind of pet brand owners, where you provide some recurring revenue, where you provide some training or any other opportunities, then of course what you could do, you could be doing combination of digital and physical marketing, where you have a little community and you can be upselling certain services, recurring services, and you can bundle that together with your offering, guys. So how do we do this? If you're mom over 40 joining this channel, thank you guys for allocating a little bit of your time on this beautiful Sunday. I'm quickly talking about how to take your luxury pet brand and advertise it across socials, so this way you can make more income. And I talk about how to do this with threads. I also talk about how to do this with YouTube and TikTok, and how do you do this while building your brand. This is a really good skill for you to execute, because you could make extra side hustling income, earn more profits, and of course it's going to be more convenient for your audience because they get to see your brand growing, and of course you're going to be super happy, extremely happy, guys. So the question is, how do you make more profits? How do you grow that brand? What kind of platforms do you want to use, and what is the best way for you to approach growing your brand without spending too much money? And if you continue tagging along, guys, I'm going to describe the process that I'm using to grow my brand. And of course, I do this across multiple platforms. If you guys are joining and probably wondering, well, how do I achieve the same exact thing? Well, here's what you have to do. All you got to do is create a couple of social profiles like YouTube, Threads, LinkedIn, Buy Me Coffee, FUD, TikTok, X, and many other places. The more socials, the better. After you create them, what you want to do, you just want to create quick workshops, quick content, short form content, and of course long form content. And what you want to be doing, you want to be creating that content as you're building your brand. So let's say you just finished building beautiful product for pet owners that solves a particular problem, and now you wanted to go live with your product launch. But guess what? If you weren't creating your organic brand, then of course nobody's gonna know about it, and you're gonna have harder time selling products. And of course that's not what you want to do. You want to make more money, so obviously it makes more sense for you to build this organic traffic. But how do you do this? Well, what is the secret, especially if you're a mom over 40 who has a lot of things to do and not a lot of time? How do you actually advertise and promote your brand across multiple socials in a way that it makes sense, in a way that you are making extra income and feeling confident about your audiences? How do you get a lot of audiences, like thousands of them, across multiple platforms? Well, guys, look over here. While I'm creating this video, it doesn't seem like I have a lot of audience. Yet, did you guys know that across Threads I have close to, let me go ahead and count. I think I reached close to 2,200 or something followers. And that may not seem a lot, guys, but if you combine other platforms, like if you start counting TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and different accounts on all of them, and because I also have multiple Threads accounts, out of a sudden that number adds up, and when it adds up, it just becomes exponentially easier, guys, to sell whatever it is that you're trying to sell. And the cool part about it, guys, it takes, not everybody can do this. Not everybody can grow to that many followers. Keep something in mind, even to get to like 238 subscribers on YouTube, it took me a little bit of time. So, and of course, if you guys look at my content, you're gonna quickly see that my channel is growing exponentially. Right now I have close to 238 subscribers or something like this. And the question is why? Why is it growing so fast? Well, the reason, guys, is because I already blew up on other platforms, and because I did so on other platforms, it's just relatively simple for me to do the same thing on YouTube. And of course, a lot of people, they get perplexed. they wonder, like, how is it possible? How can I do the same? How can I grow my YouTube channel? And it's relatively simple. I wanted to give you the blueprint, guys, so this way you just pretty much do the same exact thing that I do, and yeah, and you'll grow your channel. But the truth is, guys, like, the only way you're gonna grow that channel is either A, you double down a lot on your short form content, meaning like you probably seen my YouTube channel where I have a bunch of cats, bunch of pets, bunch of dogs, and then I just kind of drop those videos and they get thousands of views. Like, sure, there's a little secret formula that you gotta uncover. I'm gonna go ahead and reveal it for you guys, so this way you could use that same formula and get insane amount of views. But what I try to do, guys, and I don't know if you've been kind of looking at my latest workshops on YouTube, what I try to do is I try to combine like whatever the message, whatever the type of marketing service or any kind of service, whatever it is that I'm delivering, I'm including that in my YouTube channel. Like when I go live, for example, I do different types of content. I go live where I'm kind of breaking things down and showing to you like, hey, this is what it is. This is how I'm building the my talent agency. This is how I'm building my luxury brand, pet brand. So in a way, my content is a little bit different than what you're gonna be doing. In a way, it's different because I'm building like two different brands. One of them is my talent brand, and the other one is a luxury pet brand. So of course it becomes extremely easy to create content when you have like two brands to build, because you never run out of things to say. It's gonna be always like an infinite tea. But when it comes to growing your luxury pet brand and promoting yourself across socials, this is the secret formula that I followed. And when I followed that formula, a billion-dollar company named Pepsi loved my marketing so much they created a drink called Freedom Fusion Mountain Dew Summer Edition of 2024. Now, granted, I didn't really have any marketing skills whatsoever. I was just kind of creating silly videos of pets, cats, and dogs. And you guys probably already seen some of those videos on my channel. So that explains why my channel is like growing so fast. I know it got like 238 subscribers or something, but like the real secret is, guys, what I'm doing is I'm feeding YouTube platform with AI content driven automation. So I have a bunch of AI automations kicked in, like generating videos and uploading them all automatically to boost like the short form content. And in the process of doing that, I'm also using like a CapCut to go ahead and include some of this soul piercing content and mixing that content together with my luxury pet brand. And that's why the content looks so incredible. When you look at those short form pieces of videos, you're gonna see like 1,000 views, 2,000 views. But when you see my live workshops, you only see maybe like not that many views. So that's the difference. But so if you really wanted to get like into millions of views, you could easily do it. Like you could literally have maybe 2 or 3 viewers in your lives, but you could easily get to millions of views. In fact, this is what I'm doing already, like with my YouTube channels and Threads. And of course I'm already in the millions of views, guys. And it's not that hard. You just need to use short form content. When you, let's say you're trying to create like a video, let's say you have a cat or a dog and you wanted to like get insane amount of views for your cat and dog. Well, like, it's so easy, guys. But like, okay, I'm gonna describe why it's easy for me, and I'm gonna explain to you why why it's so hard for moms over 40, and how can I make it easy for you as well. So the reason why it's so easy for me is because I already have a lot of content and a lot of videos of cats and dogs, and what I do, I just pre-populate them into AI content driven automation that jumps in and just like uploads all those videos. And of course, not a lot of moms over 40 already have that content. Some moms over 40 have a lot of content, but they don't necessarily know how to like operationalize it like this, how to just blast it across socials. And if you blast it like the wrong way, if you don't modify the video, if you don't do it like the right way, the way that YouTube wants it, then you're just gonna have like maybe 5 to 10 views, or you're gonna get violations and that kind of stuff. So for me, it was relatively easy to hit that 1 million views with just combination of different short form videos. And the best way you could achieve that is if you pay close attention to my short form videos, scroll through the videos, and you're gonna see something interesting. You're gonna see the way that I'm promoting those videos. I'm including like the same music over and over and over again, right? It's the same kind of viral effect. I think it's, what is that stupid song called? Pretty little baby, something like this. And you're gonna see me repeating the same exact thing. In fact, I'm so confident that I could go ahead and just blast another small short form video and it's gonna get another 1,000 views. And if you spread those 1,000 views and like on one account, on one social, then you do that same thing on Threads. You got to do it slightly different. On Threads, it's a little like, Threads want you to spend a lot of your time like your brain cells being cooked, engaging too much. But for that, I do have a fire looking bot that solves that problem. It's like a Chrome extension, and it just goes ahead while you watch Netflix. It just goes ahead, flies around, and engages for you with all of your customers. So this way you don't even have to get your brain cooked trying to engage with all that. Of course, it's like a gray head tactic kind of thing, but I'll show you how to assistance. Waste any of your time, and I buy a link if you guys want it. It's called Threads Bots Responder. It's free. I'll hook you up. But basically, you get a Chrome extension. When you get that Threads account, guys, make sure that it's, that they count as that you optimize it for your luxury pet brand, right? Because essentially, a lot of pet owners, they're gonna want to look at your like what kind of products you have, and if you have some random meme kind of things of pets, cats, and dogs with no clarification for how you solving the product, of course they're gonna be skeptical. They're gonna be like, nah, I don't trust this brand. So what you're gonna do instead, I'm gonna show you what you wanna do on YouTube. On YouTube, you gotta create like a really stupid content, really low effort content that uses short phrases and uses like the same viral music over and over and over again. And then yeah, you're gonna get millions of views easily. Like, this is why if you look at my statistics of the channel, you don't see a lot of people kind of viewing my channel. Like, you don't see a lot of viewers per se in real time when I go live. But if I was to just upload a video on a short video, it just gets really a lot of views, guys. So, but how do you do both? How do you increase your views even if you have no views? Like something like what's happening right now in this particular time. As you can see, I don't really have a lot of views, right? So logical person and extremely like smart mom would start asking questions like, why should I listen to this guy who has like 3 views, 4 views, right? But check this out, guys. Did you know that even though that I have like maybe 3 or 4 views, or maybe sometimes even 0 views, what I do is I take that same video that I created and convert that 3 or 4 views into thousands of views. Would you like to know how do I do that? And when I tell that secret to moms over 40, their brain just be like, what? Guys, think about it. Like, why would I be just going about it and explain everything logically from start to finish? Just think about it, right? Well, the reason why is because I cracked the formula for how to take that video that's getting like literally no views at all and convert it into thousands of views across many other platforms. And when I cracked that formula, it was just like, oh my God, I wish I knew this sooner. And so what's the lesson learned, guys? The lesson learned here is that like when you go live, right, don't like look at the viewers numbers, okay? Don't even look at the comments. I know TikTok and all those platforms, they want you to engage and they want you to respond to comments, but the minute you start like looking at comments and looking at views, this is where your heart starts racing, because you start self-sabotaging your own self, trying to answer people's questions, and that's when your offer, whatever it is that you're trying to explain to other, no longer makes sense, and it becomes no longer clear. And because of that, people quit. So guys, my best advice to you, when you create live workshop, dedicate a little bit of your time at the end to collect comments and interface with your audience, but always remind your audience the following. Hey guys, look, in the beginning when you're gonna do this, you're gonna say, hey guys, please, I'm sorry if I can't respond to your comments right now, but I promise I'll try to answer them by the end of the workshop. If you preset your audience this way, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I could do this at the end. And by doing that, you still benefit from creating a very clear offer for your audience. So this way you're not risking of losing people and not understanding. Because think about it, like when you start creating anything, you have a certain kind of idea in your head when you're creating a workshop, because you came up with a title, with a description. And if somebody starts kind of saying, oh, tell me more about, like, do you do thrift shop or something like this, unrelated whatsoever, and you start explaining to other people some random comment, and people get annoyed subconsciously, and the bounce rate increases, and the result is you just wasted time, whatever 20-30 minutes of your time creating that workshop. Why? Because you simply responded to somebody's comment in the middle of your workshop, versus capitalizing on this equity, this sweat equity that you produced, which is you tried hard, you explained your offer really well inside of this workshop, you made it super engaging, you made it easy to follow. That's the whole concept of following, and you got to make it easy to follow. So if you sacrifice that and start responding to comments, then of course you're gonna get frustrated, people are gonna get frustrated, you're not gonna make any money, and the worst part about it, you'll still be with like 4-5 views, whatever your live was, even worse, because people won't be able to follow. So instead of doing that, guys, don't look at the comments until the end, and then later, what you want to do, respond to comments later at the end of the day, when you're in a good area to respond, when it's good for you to respond. And also what you want to do, you want to repurpose this same workshop across multiple socials. Because now, out of a sudden, your workshop is going to have that clarity. People are going to be able to follow, and they're going to be like, oh my God, I finally understand what Ron Wells was trying to say. So that's how it works, right? This is how it works, right? And guys, another thing that I wanted to tell you, start modulating your voice. Meaning, if you kind of talk like if you introduce the same robotic tonality, people are gonna get quickly bored. So instead, you may want to like throw some hands here and there. Typically, I say don't don't show your face. I always try to not show my face, guys. That's for the purposes of anonymity, because you always want to protect your identity. You always want to be like a mystery, because at the end of the day, people will fall in love with your content over a longer time period, and they're gonna recognize you without even you needing to show your face. Sometimes I may show the face, but the other thing which you want to do, you want to introduce extra modulations into your content. So in other words, you want to introduce some extra quirks, and you kind of want to stop for a second, pause, right, and then do something like squabble up. So you need to increase the tonality, reduce the tonality, and slowly kind of pierce through the mind of your followers. Now, if you get super good, where your followers already, their brains are like super adapted to your brand, then you could begin accelerating. You could increase the acceleration of your pace and kind of gradually jump in even further into further topics. But what I discovered in my analysis is that in majority of the cases, when I start talking really fast and describing something really complex, I quickly lose everybody. It just becomes almost impossible. It's like a wasted workshop. And it's like that. It's like that, guys. And of course, if you're just gonna be all serious and gonna be like, this is x plus y plus z equals whatever, you people are not gonna be like, they're just not gonna connect with you, and you're gonna waste a lot of time. So what I propose you do, guys, is take that clear offer, whatever it is that you're offering, and go through with it, because you have this perceived value, perceived message in the beginning of your workshop, where you already created the title. Your brain is hyper focused on what you're going to be talking about. Any kind of disruption to your flow will introduce friction that you can't convert, you can't monetize further, you can't repurpose across socials, and of course it will hurt you. It will hurt you down the road. So instead, once you get this everything lined up, and of course once you have a beautiful workshop where everything introduces clarity, what you want to do, you want to repurpose this bad boy across socials. Of course, if you guys want, there's plenty of AI tools out there that you could do that. We also have a couple of our own tools. I use Freedom Fusion System CRM, and this is like all-in-one system that literally makes it possible for you to just take whatever the kind of content that you created and blast that across socials, on Threads, on Insta, on TikTok, so people get to see it, and they can understand and they can follow it. And of course, this is a lot better way for you to repurpose that content, because at the end of the day, if you go live on TikTok doesn't like automatically make your workshops kind of infused into a platform. You got to go through all extra steps. On YouTube, you could do it a lot faster. And another thing that I noticed, guys, is when you do anything on YouTube, you definitely want to be talking about YouTube. The instance you start talking about other socials is the instance you get punished right away. That's another thing I noticed, and this is something a lot of people don't talk about it. This is why I kind of, when I'm on Threads, I talk more about Threads. When I'm on YouTube, I talk about more on YouTube. But anyway, I don't want to bore you guys. I figured I'm probably going to go to the beach real quick. But look, I do have lots of AI content-driven automations that makes things on cruise control for you in my bio link. If you want, you could grab a couple of those automations. They will help you blast that content across YouTube, and you could customize them for the same type of music, viral music. So this way you don't spend a lot of time. I see a lot of moms spending a lot of time like creating things from scratch. What my automations does, they literally snipe other people's videos and makes it possible for you to reuse with your own theme, your own quote, and you just like hit a button and it just blasts that video on YouTube, and you get those insane looking views. And oh yeah, one more tip, guys. When you go live, right, if you really want to have a lot of people in your live, like typically for me, it doesn't really matter if I have a lot of people on live, because I know the strategy of repurposing it further, and it just converts into thousands afterwards. But in case if you are actually interested in getting a lot of people in your live, then what you could do, you could pre-configure my AI automations to blast a bunch of short form content around the time when you go live, like maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes before you go live. And then in that content, you could modify that content inside of the automation, inside of like a spreadsheet, and say, oh guys, I'm going live. By the way, this is what I'm talking about, right? This short form video is gonna like literally is gonna give extra juice, it's gonna give every power that YouTube can possibly harness. And then all of a sudden, those people who will see that short form video, they're gonna see that live. They're gonna click on it and like, oh, Ron Wells is going live. Wow, I want to see what he's talking about. But of course, you gotta have. It can be like a boring content that is not within the theme. It has to be something about like the topic that you're doing. But how do you do this? How do you do this in a way that you have a bunch of AI bots promoting short form content on behalf of you while you, like, I don't know, sitting at the beach creating live? How do you do this? Well, it's easy. You set up these automations, and keep something in mind, you'll never be perfect. A lot of moms try to be perfect, and kind of they try to guess when they're gonna go live. You basically will never guess in your life when you're gonna go live, because your life is so busy. You're doing chores, you're doing things every day. So the best thing you could do is pre-configure this automation to pretty much just drop short form videos at certain periods of the day, based on like your past weeks, 2 weeks. You could just configure some of them. For me, it's around 6 p.m., 2 p.m. On weekends, I schedule all of that, and all of this content just goes out, and it's just constantly being dropped. It's constantly being dropped, and I don't really have to worry too much. Like, oh, did it drop 15 or 20 minutes before? Because if you pre-populate enough periods in your time of the day, sooner or later, people are going to see that. But of course, if you can't make it and you already have some videos scheduled ahead of time, don't worry. It's still better than not having those videos scheduled and trying to worry about having those stress factors. Because it's not like somebody's gonna get mad at you and be like, oh, Von Wells didn't show up, his short form video dropped and he didn't show up. So guys, right now, feel free, if you want to have any questions, feel free to ask away. I only covered small portion of what I was going to cover. Of course, I didn't cover TikTok, I didn't cover Nextdoor, I didn't cover Buy Me Coffee, I didn't cover X, I didn't cover many other socials, guys. But feel free to ask any questions. Since this is the last portion, I'm going to quickly get some coffee, and feel free to ask any questions. And if you're a mom over 40 who is struggling to blow up on socials, feel free to ask any questions. I'll try to answer that. This is the final part of my workshop, where I give opportunity for moms over 40 and other side hustlers who wants to help moms over 40 ask any kind of questions. I'll answer them for you. Any questions that will help you increase your growth across socials for your luxury pet brand. It doesn't even have to be a luxury pet brand. It could be any brand, but my focus is luxury pet brand. But I'm well versed across multiple platforms, and whether it's YouTube, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Threads, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Pinterest, to help moms over 40 get that presence. So feel free to ask away. I'm not seeing any questions. I'm gonna slowly start finalizing this. I'm gonna make this workshop available for replay, and across social platforms is gonna get repurposed and into thousands of views, just like as I was explaining to you earlier, guys. So remember, next time whenever you look at the view counts or looking at the comments, remember that you're jeopardizing and sabotaging your own success, because people won't be able to follow you and they wouldn't be able to understand what you're trying to say, simply because you stopped and decided to spend a little bit of time responding to somebody's comments. But keep something in mind, that it's also a double-edged sword, because YouTube and TikTok loves when you're engaging in comments. So how do you solve both problems? At the end of the workshop, what you want to do, you want to ask for comments, and that also gives you an opportunity to create relationships that otherwise you wouldn't be able to create, simply because you forgot to ask simple questions at the end. And one more thing, extra bonus for you guys: if you really wanted to increase your socials and your luxury pet brand even further, simply at the end of your workshop, congratulate everybody and basically thank everybody for joining your workshop, and also invite them to your whatever it is that you were talking about throughout the workshop. For example, in my particular case, I gave you guys a couple of automations that I could hook you up to increase your engagement on Threads, with little Chrome extension that you could run, and it can start communicating with other people automatically. You could hand off that Chrome extension to your virtual assistants, and they will use that Chrome extension and help you get more leads, and you don't really have to do anything. They don't heck, your virtual assistants don't even have to speak English. They could just use that extension, and you could get really low paid virtual assistants from overseas, and just use this Chrome extension to increase your engagement on Threads. And if you guys want it, it's called Threads Bots Responder. I'll give it away for you for free. It's in my bio link, bio.link/Freedom Fusion System. So notice how I went ahead in the end, I kind of gave you guys something, but I also said at the end of the day, you kind of want to describe and re-summarize what you offer, and also give call to action. My call to action is really simple. I say, hey guys, if you want that Threads Bots Responder to increase your engagement, go ahead and DM the word PATH on my Insta. Link is in a bio. Notice how I went ahead and I introduced my actionable in kind of keyword. Call to action. It's called subtle call to action. But you also want to say, like, hey guys, the reason why it's going to be fire, this extension, is because you're going to save insane amount of time. Plus, the cool part about it, if you also want even more engagement for your YouTube, in addition to Threads, I do have another automation that's called ThreadsBots Quotes and ThreadsBots Socials. It's also available in my bio link. It will allow you to upload multiple videos across YouTube and help you get more views and across your short-term media and help you save more time. Notice how I went ahead and I threw another automation in the mix. And once again, I said, by the way, guys, if you want that as well, it's also available in my bio link. So guys, now notice how I tied everything together. I accelerated my pace of talking. Anybody who was not following from the beginning of the workshop kind of fell apart, and the number of viewers, occasionally you could kind of glance at the viewers, right? You could glance, but don't let it sabotage your live, because at the end of the day, remember, when you go live, you only get like 2-3 viewers, but when you repurpose, you could possibly get millions. Well, if you get really good as you grow further and further and further with your brand. But across multiple iterations of your videos, it's easily going to be possible for you to get into millions, but only if you're going to repurpose it. If you don't end up repurposing it, it's going to be a lot harder. Hello. So bro, look at the chat. So guys, notice how now out of a sudden, yes, I'm looking at the chat now because I'm able to respond. This is at the end of the session, you always want to say, hey guys, take a look at the comments. Now is the time for you guys to ask questions. Now is a great time now, so feel free to ask away, guys. Feel free to ask away. I'm gonna get some coffee real quick. In fact, I'm gonna try to, while I'm kind of looking at the camera, looking at the chat, I could answer some of your questions. And by the way, guys, if you haven't seen my previous workshops for how to build your own luxury brand and how to find suppliers in China, so this way you could resell them for bigger profits, definitely take a look at my previous workshops. I have so many of those workshops. Those workshops helps moms over 40 quickly discover the most optimal, lucrative, profitable way for reselling things on TikTok. So what is this? I mean, this is cool. I guess they're building something. You know, by the way, guys, at some point I was bored at some point of my life and decided to, at some point, actually, my basement got flooded. And I ended up designing the fully blown waterproof system across my patio and my garage and my house. And that was, this whole thing just reminded me of my adventures. Speaking of which, in case if you're curious about my adventures for how I designed my own waterproof system around the house, then I do have that content available as well. I'm well versed in real estate, stock investing, and other types of taxes, and anything, you guys, if you have any questions in terms of saving a lot of money on your insurance. I think I created a video yesterday about how I managed to save like $700 by calling my insurance company and saving some money on that, and explained it to moms over 40 how to do the same thing. It's absolutely crazy. When I called the company guys yesterday, it turns out that apparently I was underinsured by like 50 G's. Can you imagine if somebody would crash into me and I would literally be $50,000 short? Apparently that's what I discovered when I called the insurance company. So let me see. So by the way, guys, I'm gonna get some drink. I don't know, be my eyes and ears, guys, when I'm trying to get some drinks. And then later on, maybe I'll take you to the beach with me. All right, let's see. I'm typically not a big person of junk food, but I don't know. I feel a little hungry, and I don't know, pork ribs. Nah, it's not. I'm probably just gonna get a drink real quick. What I like to do, guys, is I like to take you with me on the journey, a beautiful journey of making money together, while squabbling up with other people across the sea, and building all sorts of business systems. I kind of like the banana strawberry. Have you guys seen this nano banana thing? Oh, they got, what do they got? They got bugles. But they don't have the caramel flavor, the one that I like. Oh well, I'll just take this one now. All right, guys. I don't know if I should get, what is that? Creme de leche. I don't know. Hello. Thank you. All right, guys. All right, guys. So let's squabble up. You know what? Before I get jump inside of my car, I just wanted to take a sip of this soda real quick and take you guys with me for a quick walk. From time to time, I like to do that, guys. You know, yesterday, so I didn't finish the story. So I don't know, this drink over here, what do you call it? The banana strawberry flavor. Speaking of banana, did you guys see the, what do you call it? Nano banana thing on the internet? Basically a way for you to like generate all sorts of images and all sorts of crazy content. If you haven't had a chance to play play around with Nano Banana, guys, definitely you may want to take a look, especially if you're building your luxury pet brand. You could totally include some marketing images in that content and promote the heck out of your dog or a cat or whoever you're trying to promote or whatever the product that you're trying to promote. So guys, I don't know, it looks like, I mean, those guys are building a house over here. I used to live somewhere over here, like when I first came to America, I used to live on a street not that far away. And by the way, notice guys, how I just kind of quickly, so well, let's see what the comments saying. Okay, no, I'm from Iran. We don't have any of those. Oh, wow, I didn't know. You guys don't have in Iran, Del Fruto whatever, banana strawberry. I didn't think it was a interesting content, but oh my God, maybe I should just walk around the stores and kind of show you what's happening in America, guys. I didn't really, this is the beautiful part about becoming the next wave of creators, guys. You get to interface with all sorts of audience from all over the world, including folks from Iran, Russia, and different other places. Speaking of Russia, guys, I do speak Russian. So if you guys have any questions in Russian, I also speak Russian. So we don't have any of those. So, ooh, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go inside the car now, guys. It really does taste like banana, guys. This is, oh my God, I'm gonna get it next time for sure. All right, guys, so let's continue. Now, the cool part about everything that we're learning over here, guys, is the fact that we're squabbling up together and spawning businesses. So whether you're from Iran, or if you're from Russia, or if you're from, I don't know, any other country, India, whatever, doesn't matter. What we do here, guys, is squabble up together and help moms over 40 spawn their feudal kingdom. So spawn more feudal lords and grow their brand. So, and man, I really did not think that it's gonna be such an amazing drink. So guys, I don't know, if you're from another country and you're looking at this, trust me, guys, it's a really, I don't know, like, man, I don't know how many other things in life I haven't tried. Like, how come, you know what, I typically don't try new things too many times, but this is the first time I tried this, and it's pretty good. It really tastes like no, it really does taste like strawberry and banana, guys. It really does. Oh my God. I like the labeling. Guys, take a screenshot of that labeling and maybe we'll create like a beautiful, I don't know, similar type of theme, pet product, luxury pet product labeling, and then we'll like get some products from China and resell it. So I like this. This is the cool part about me working together with people from all over the world, the side hustlers who work together with me in my talent agency to help moms over 40. I literally just talk to them and I say, this is what we want to do, and they just do it. I have one side hustler who is from Bangladesh, and he's building a video game of my talent agency, Freedom Fusion System. As crazy as it sounds, this is the next thing, guys. This is the reason, guys. Hold on a sec. Let me just show you what's going on. So this is the reason why you want to be part of this, guys. Why you want to be part of that talent agency, and why you want to do this in a way that makes total sense. Because at the end of the day, guys, look, if you do this on your own, the opportunities in your countries are limited. You know, there's no way of transferring money. in certain countries. There's no way of working together with the correct people. But my talent agency makes it possible for you to earn together American dollars, even if you're in another country like Iran or Russia or any other country. How's that possible? Well, you see, guys, look, because I happen to be dual citizen of both Russia and America. So what does that mean? That means I can work with trusted parties who are literally like helping moms over 40 grow their feudal kingdom. So if you have a skill, or maybe even if you don't have a skill and wanted to squabble up and help moms over 40, heck, join me, guys, join me. And of course, opportunities are countless opportunities, whether you are good in graphic design and creating something like this. I mean, this is kind of, maybe I should create my own, I don't know, strawberry banana drink too. I don't know. This drink is just too fire. It's too good, guys. It's way too good. So guys, look, if you have any requests from me, your favorite side hustler Ron Wells, and if you wanted to somehow do something but you're not quite sure what to do and you can't figure out how to work together, then all you got to do is just comment the number 1, and I will see who you are and I will help you figure it out how we could work together. So sometimes your brain works in a mysterious way. It knows it wants to work together with me, Ron Wells. It knows it wants to earn money in American dollars. It knows it wants to help moms over 40 build their brands, luxury pet brands, but it just doesn't know how to connect. So if that's you, go ahead and press number 1. I won't judge. I'm a former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut, guys. I always respect my audience. I always consider any audience who are listening to this as gold. For me, side hustlers from overseas is like a gold rush. It's like a gold rush. Why? Because I know how hard it is to create content. I know how hard it is to research winning products. I know how hard it is for moms over 40 in America to like do any of this. So I picked the path of finding the right people for those moms over 40. And that's why side hustlers are gold for me, guys. And that's why I'm strawberry banana drink and explaining all those details. And that's right, the true way of making money for a talent agency is to have the right talent. Heck, sometimes when I meet people that don't have any talent, and I'm okay with that, as long as they understand that the overall mission is to help moms over 40 build their luxury pet brand and do everything in the power possible of helping those moms over 40 building that brand. And of course, so let's see, in Iran you buy gold and tomorrow you get a lot of benefits. It's like 80 million rials you'll be able to sell to 100 million rials to $1,000,000 per gram. So $100 for 1 gram of gold. You know, that is interesting. Trading the commodities and gold. You know, I never got in too much into trading like commodities. What I do is this year I earned like more than $500,000 just doing regular trading. Let me finish this drink. But yeah, regular trading like stocks. And if you guys want to learn how to not necessarily invest in stocks, because I don't even like teach that, I just do it. I don't have time to teach this. But if you wanna like don't even learn any of that and just mimic my nephew, then definitely join my community. So this week just mimic his trades. We have a program, we have one of the feudal incubators where you could just mimic his trades. And of course, that can help you pay off pretty much almost any ongoing expenses, whether you have some crazy AI tools that you're spending money or anything else for that nature. I know a lot of moms over 40 would be like, what? What do you mean? Like I could pay off my bills? That's right, guys. That's right. You could pay off your bills. You heard it right. It's called Freedom Fusion Gain, one of my feudal incubators. It's run by my nephew. Really, really smart kid. He just got himself a Tesla and his entire Best Buy. He works in Best Buy, and like before we built this program called Freedom Fusion Gain, nobody like wanted to trust my nephew or anything like this. They just like, you work in Best Buy, why should I even listen to this guy? But as it turns out, he's really smart and he focused on Forex. So all he does on his spare time, while whatever I'm doing in my spare time is building talent agency and luxury brand, on his spare time, what he does is he trades all day and all night. Well, whenever he's not on Best Buy. and he has a very profitable wins, so profitable that we literally got funded. But like, there's people out there who give you insane amount of money, like 50 G's, just to so this way you could trade with the money. And all you got to do is you got to prove the fact that you could make profit. So he actually did it. He got himself a mentor, and he did it. He came up to me, and I looked at this. I didn't think twice. I said, I don't have time to be mimicking your trades. Why don't we do this? Let moms over 40 mimic your trades and spawn money. I clearly see that you're making money. But as it goes for me, I'm just gonna give you some, like, I don't know, I gave him like $2,000, then later on I gave him another $1,000 and he's just spawning money. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even gonna ask. Like, all he does is literally just does those trades. He knows how to do this on Forex with yen, Japanese yen, that kind of stuff. And I told moms over 40, guys, look, if you're in my community, you'll get access to my nephew. All you got to do is just mimic his trades. You don't need to learn anything. Heck, I asked him, can you teach those moms over 40? Initially, when I spoke with my nephew, he said, no, I don't want to teach because I just want to make money. Now he got his Tesla. Everybody in Best Buy wants to be part of it. But I'm like, dudes, like, how come you weren't part of it when I was creating thousands of workshops and explaining that this is what my nephew offers? So anyway, the bottom line is he got this new girlfriend from Colombia, Tesla car, and whatever. Like, I mean, he's spending money, guys. I can't complain. For me, I mean, it just pays off my low high level expenses or any of those automations that I discussed earlier. And of course, guys, that's what he does. And if you guys want to just mimic his trades where you don't even learn anything, don't need to, like, literally, guys, you don't need to learn anything. All you do is you join the Discord and you just copy his trades. Whatever he does, you do exactly the same thing. And you spawn money, guys. Why do you guys think I'm so happy? But of course, like, the $500,000 that I made this year, like, I gotta tell you the story. In the beginning of the year, I lost like $500,000, and then at the end of the year, well, now I'm like up, I don't know, like a lot more than 500,000 by now. It's absolutely crazy, those market life cycles. It's absolutely insane, guys. So there's a trap in Iran, not for tourists, it's for own people, that they sell things a lot more expensive sometimes from specific state, like Tehran, have a lot of rich people don't care. So the best way for you to solve that problem is to learn from extremely smart people for how to solve this. Now, of course, in Tehran, I mean, I've never been in Iran. I imagine it's like a really restrictive area. I mean, I'm from Russia originally, and I know there's like back and forth lots of restrictions going on, I believe, from US and Iran and other countries. There's restrictions always going on. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you're a dual citizen, it's smooth sailing for you guys. Like, this is the reason why I invest in Russia. Why do you guys think I have so many apartments in Russia? And that's outside of outside of any of my investments with stocks, outside of whatever my nephew is doing, outside of my talent agency, outside of my full-time job. So guys, like, if you don't listen to smart people, and believe me, there's a lot of, like, if you jump around the YouTube channel, you're gonna, once in a while, you come across like extremely smart people. And they may have like 0 views or 2 views. They are not the ones that have like I don't know, 1,000 views and you join their channel and everybody jumping in. No, typically goats are discovered are the type of goats that don't really have any views. They rarely talk about money. They rarely talk about anything other than just kind of building their brands or anything like that. So when you find those types of people, guys, do everything in your power to squabble up with them. So this way you could create relationship, because sooner or later those restrictions in Iran, they're going to get lifted off, and then you're going to be like, you really want to be in a smooth position to make moves and do smart moves, not make like, it kind of sucks because I get it, you know, selling for more versus less. That's the opposite of buy cheap and sell high. That is the opposite of that, and I get it. I always teach moms over 40 who come to me for consultation. Speaking of which, I did have one mom over 40 who signed up. I gotta check if you're watching this. I'm about to head out to the beach. But I do gotta check my Go High level. Apparently, I do have somebody who wanted some consultation. So guys, look, if you are struggling if you can't create a relationship, the reason why you're struggling is because your mind hasn't opened up a way and pockets of opportunity to build that relationship. You don't know how to trust yet, and you being stuck. So what you really need to do is talk to a really smart person, or like join their channel, talk to them, like try to like do something for them. Like for example, one of the side hustlers who joined from Bangladesh, he joined this community and he was like, Rome, how can I help you? And I was like, well, you're already building a game, you love video game, why don't, and my company's name is Freedom Fusion System. My goal is to build that system for anybody who I'm talking to, or anybody who wants to be helped. And of course, that side hustler, he loved video games. And I told him, why don't you combine? Why don't we go ahead and work on your very own Freedom Fusion system and combine your, whatever it is that you love to do, combine it together with building a video game. You're already building a video game. Let's monetize this idea. Let's combine it together with my talent agency and I'll create a very good scenario for you. You're gonna get the royalty rights and affiliate income whenever somebody buys any kind of products directly inside of the game. There's a little bit of rendering involved. You gotta include all of my crazy content of programs, products, and services directly into a video game. But and this is an example of creating connections. And he's only 17. He's coming down over here, and I told him with an entire honesty. I said, "You're 17 years old. Tell me more. Like, how much time are you spending on video games? How much time are you going to school? Because I don't want to create something that is overly complex for you. I want to design something that will help you succeed. And I want to do it on your terms. And of course, if you love video games, if you wanted to build a fire-looking game and make money while educating moms over 40 and their kids for how to make money with TikTok shop dropshipping and build that game around all of the programs and products and services that my talent agency offers, then congratulations, you'll be making that affiliate income commission. Even if you're from Bangladesh, from another country, you'll be making that in American dollars. I explained that to him. He's coming down. He's really anxious in getting the game working. So that would be one example of side hustler. Another side hustler came to me from Brazil. He said, I don't have any money, but I barely speak any English, but I want to build my own AI automation agency. Can you help me? I said, I bet. In 3 months, he had his own AI automation agency and has close to 40, 50 people working for him. That was after 3 months of working with me. Now, keep something in mind. Do you need to pay me anything to work with me? If you're a side hustler from like a broke country, in like not really developed country or whatever the case is, like really not developed in terms of technology and whatever, to me it doesn't matter. It's even more powerful for me because I know where side hustlers come from, because I was born in Russia and like Soviet Union, where everything was I mean, it was great in Soviet Union, but I was little. The country, I know how it feels from another country. This is why, for me, it's better to create relationship with people on a longer term who coming back to YouTube channel and saying, hey, Rome, how can I help you? And I'll be like, okay, now I understand that you're receptive and you actually want to learn those skills. And those skills, keep in mind, right now, like, let's say you're doing this in Iran, and right now everything is closed. Right now everything is restricted. But when the restrictions are loose like a goose, who's gonna be the GOAT? You. Why? Because you squabbled up together with Freedom Fusion System to learn about how to build luxury pet brands. You have the expertise of research and development expertise and all sorts of other expertise and AI and innovations and all that other stuff and content generation. You became a GOAT, and reputable GOAT that people would go to and turn to and be like, oh my God, I want that. Now, so what am I selling precisely? I'm selling an opportunity for people to build their own Freedom Fusion system, to build their own Freedom Fusion path with our company, with our talent agency's help, Freedom Fusion system. So guys, this is Russia moved metal business in a rich country, a Soviet Union. You use VPN, absolutely. This is how you get smart. You gotta use VPN. Like when I went to Russia, guys, trust me, I've been using VPN. Guys, like literally I'm investing money in Russia. Like I kid you not, I have apartments in Russia and I'm about to go maybe in October or something, maybe in September. I haven't decided yet. So obviously, Russia for me is my home country. This is where I was born, and it's always going to be that way. and that's where I'm gonna retire. That's 100%. I already know that. And for me, it's like it's no brainer for me to go like check out my wife's family and whatnot, and visit there and just live there and enjoy my life. But of course, I love America too. So for me, this is why this is why you have dual citizenships, guys. There's a such thing as dual citizens. So I'm not gonna be like, hey, you know what, America is bad or Russia is bad. I can't say any of that. They're all good in their own thing. And the only thing that I will say is that in life, guys, don't listen to like every single thing you see on TV. Because if I was to check that, whatever they show in Russia versus whatever they show in America, it's different. The media is different. So you can't always trust everything that is in the media. You always gotta have like your own kind of view. Like economy in Russia grew so fast. Like I made so much money in like just being in Russia, just by buying in Russia apartments versus in America. In America, I can't afford to get a, I don't know, $600,000 house. I can't afford that. That's too much money. And there's too many like huge like percentages, and it's impossible. So it's impossible for regular people to do. So what I chose instead, I figured, you know what? Let me just do this in Russia. That's my home country anyway. That's where I was born. That's why I want to invest. And of course, I want to live in America. I want to also retire in America, but I also want to retire in Russia. So I figured I'd just do both. I retire in both countries. So I know it sounds crazy, guys, but if for any medical bills, I go to Russia for any medical. So if you guys have any kind of misconceptions of anything like, oh, medical is bad, trust me, when I went to do a surgery in Russia, it was far beyond of what I possibly expected. Beyond, like many levels beyond of what I seen in America. Now, granted, in America, they have very good health system as well. But I went to do my dental work over there for like literally just really cheap for my dental work. And it was really like sophisticated surgery and everything. I had to pull out a tooth, and guys, I managed to save like, I don't know, it was $3,000 on just pulling out the tooth and putting the new stem. They included like a Korean stem, and I used that, and I came to America with that stamp, and they put what do you call it, the plumbing on top of it, or whatever you call it, the crown. So yeah, guys, you could really save a lot of money. But like, of course, not gonna hear any people talking about that, because rarely will you find somebody who's a dual citizen explaining all those things, investing in different countries and spawning money from different things. You're not gonna find that. So hold on a sec, guys. I gotta drink this beautiful drink. Look, this is banana strawberry nectar. Remember, guys, if you ever get a chance on Nano Banana, this new AI tool, try to use it. But for now, I figured this is my Nano Banana for now, for this moment over here. I'm gonna go ahead and drink it real quick. Wow, this is really good. Nice. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'll take my electric bike. Let me take you guys on a bike, an electric journey, and I'll probably get something. I don't want to get cooked, like it's way too hot. I literally just got back from my brother's house, and I was waiting for my nephew once again to go on a swimming pool, but that did not happen. Guys. So right now I'm just gonna quickly squabble up together with you guys and jump on my electric bike. Woohoo! That's right, guys. This is the adventures, guys. This is the life you could have if you have the skills, if you learn the skills. Now, what kind of skills? Of course, guys, there's AI, automations, digital faceless marketing, all those skills, all the boring skills that I know many of you don't want to learn. But needless to say, yeah, guys, you could have a beautiful life. You could like literally spawning money, just, I don't know, chilling. And by the way, guys, if you get super smart like me, I got really smart. So smart that I replaced this whole thing. You see that this whole system, this is called HVAC system. So I didn't really want to spend too much money in America to repair the system. So I ended up fixing it myself. So this is a heat pump. It hits your house and it cools it as well. It's pretty dope. You use it to like warm up your house. I got a bunch of solar panel battery as well, guys. And yeah, I just didn't want to spend any money on expensive HVAC technicians. So I learned the whole field myself. Granted, it took me about 4 years to learn, but if I was asked again if I'd do it again, I'd say probably not. But needless to say, now I could repair pretty much almost any air conditioner. I also did this one as well. This is my mini split. It's pretty dope. It got some, it's Pioneer. I ran the whole pipes over here. If you guys want life hack and wanted to like do this quickly and don't want to spend any money on expensive contractors, go ahead and open up ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to install a new HVAC unit. What is the best way for me to minimize all of those costs? So we're actually so smart, but bye. So no worries, guys. I'll see you next time. So, but right now, what I'll do is I'll take my electric bike and I'm gonna go for a swim. But hopefully, you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Take care.